And I'm concerned because the guys sitting around this table, they're smart. And when they look at this and say, oh, look at the NIH funding, we need to think about, you know, we don't know what NIH struggles because they don't know what their funding is going to be until the end of the year. They can't have a plan that they say, okay, 3 years from now, this is going to be my funding, I'll be able to go forward. Even something so simple as that. I'm also concerned because there's a whole variety of obstacles to people going forward. You know, all of science and physician science. I happen to be a physician science. These are smart people. If they look at it and say, hey, is this a career? Mm-hmm. What's the probability I'm going to be able to have funding for my career? Right. Hospitals, not here, fortunately, because we got shot. Mm-hmm. But hospitals around the country are starting to look and say, oh, this person wants to do science too, and they want to do some clinic. You know, it'd be better off if they just did clinic. Physician science, it's a liability. Mm-hmm. It's enormous. We have to have the leadership from there, and we benefit enormously from foundations, from philanthropy. They're a critical component, but they can't do everything. They can't do it all. Right. I don't know. I've been talking. I should let you.
Well, I do want to just say one thing about Congress. I mean, you know, you said a lot of smart people. There are actually a fair number of smart people in Congress.
I was not saying that.
But the problem is they're often too smart for their own good because they're smart politically. And they may be smart otherwise, you know. But when it comes to the funding mechanism, you know, we've got a whole lot of ideology at play here. You got a lot of Republicans and a lot of Democrats alike who intellectually understand and get the importance of the NIH. And because a lot of folks, you know, not just me, but others have these kinds of facilities in their districts. But even those who don't, I mean, we have folks come in and talk to us all the time about why the NIH is important. And people get it, but it's just that all this other stuff gets in the way, you know? And so when you have sequestration, then NIH gets caught up in that. And there's no rational reason for that to be the case. But then you do have another whole, I mean, kind of a faction within the Congress that really is either, at best, they're not all that interested in science, and at worst, they're anti-science. And there are folks like that, especially in the U.S. House. I'm not going to mention any names, I'm not going to say anything about party or any of that. That's just a fact. And that's what we're up against in no small measure, too.